In tradition of the Star Wars, and with the recent Star Wars movie, I decided to invite a stormtrooper to the show. I can't take you seriously. Take this thing off. What's up, YouTube? Shoppers Therapy, back in the house.
What's up?
It's another episode.
We're back.
Today, go ahead.
Liquid gold today.
Liquid gold, yes. It's called cleansing after the holidays. Highly required to get back to work.
So, what do we have today, Kev?
Well, as promised, what do we say this show's all going to be about?
Everything.
Everything. Real life. Things that you guys go through. So I've got here Dell XPS 13, also known as the P20s. It's my laptop. It's one of the original Dells that has the flip screen capable, which essentially becomes a tablet, runs on Windows. I've had it for a few years. I use it for work. It's a beautiful laptop. Don't want to change it. Very light, very slim, but like any product, over time,
Battery life goes.
so I had to change the battery on the XPS 13. So we decided, hey, let's do a video about it, because it ain't one of those simple pop and play batteries. All right, guys. So got my laptop, bought the battery, bought it from Amazon. Battery Tech's the brand I got. It was well priced, decent. There was decent reviews, so I purchased this particular model. As you can see, never been opened. What you'll notice on the XPS is it's not standard batteries. It's very flat, very thin, because it's got to fit in the tablet itself. There is no power connectors. It's all screwed, and it's multiple batteries, I believe, in here with its connector to connect to the motherboard. So we're gonna take this laptop apart, get it installed. What I need here is obviously some screwdrivers. So I've got my Pros kit. You can buy a kit like this from anywhere that is essentially sells computer parts or does computer repair parts, or electronic stores or so on. You will require a kit like this because a lot of the newer laptops, hopefully I can zoom in here, they've got the what we call the TS screws, which aka security screws. They're not your standard Phillips or square heads. And this kit in particular essentially has my TS 3.8s, TS 4.5s, and TS 4s, all the different sizes for these types of screws. So that's why you'll need this type of screwdriver set compared to a standard one. So let's get this show on the road. Let me choose my right sides. This is a T5. So I need a T5 to get the job done. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 screws to remove. So let's get cracking. Once we remove these 10 screws, we'll come back. Alright, hey YouTube, so I got my 10 screws out. I got no issues. None of the screws were stripped or didn't strip any of the screws. So it seems like the T5 is a good choice. I didn't have any skipping or grinding. It was really, really simple. After that, if I analyze a little bit, it is opening up, but it's still pretty hard. So I'm imagining there's another screw somewhere. So under the lid here, there should be something, but it's hard to remove. So I'm getting myself a little flathead screwdriver. There's a little crescent here. I'm going to just go in there and pop it open. And is there a screw here? There's one screw right there. It's a M28 M2X8, I apologize. And that one is actually a standard Phillips. So let's see which size the standard Phillips is. Alright, guys, I have a feeling it's this one. Yeah, perfect. Alright, what did I use? I used a PH0. I'll leave that aside. Whoops. called getting late. Alright, let's loosen up. So let's try to get this cover off now. See how much easier it's coming off? Never force anything in laptops, that's what I've learned. If it ain't working or it's stuck or it's giving you a hard time, you probably missed a step. Like here, there you go. Look at that. Screw comes off. Now one thing I want to make everybody notice is that in most cases when you take a laptop apart, you take out the battery, right? Because you don't want any potential power going through the laptop while you're doing any repairs. In this case, you can't do that, right? So it's you can't pre-pop it. So you got to be really careful with the screwdrivers. Make sure nothing conducts electricity or whatnot. If I take this current battery design that I see here, and I see there's a connector. So what it looks like, here's the connector that needs to come off. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my flathead again, and I'm going to gently give it a nudge on both sides, like that. I'm not able to hit the groove properly, so I'm going to grab a smaller flathead. Got a smaller flathead. See if I can do, yeah, much better. So I don't want to force it, like I just did. I want to just give it enough of a nudge. See, it just came out a little bit. Do it again. Do it again on the other side. All right. Got enough out just to be able to pull the connector out. Now I've got no power going to the main board, and I feel more comfortable taking the rest of this battery apart. So, let's put this one here. Let's put these here. What do we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. What I'm noticing here, I'm not sure if there's any difference, but all of them are bronze except this one, which is black. I don't know if there is a difference necessarily. We'll find out. So I'm going to remove all the bronze and then we'll chime in for the black. Okay, so I removed 1, 2, excuse me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws. The 7th one I loosened up, but it's not going to pop out. I don't like to use magnetic screwdrivers, so I'm just going to leave it there hanging. Now the black one, it's the same head, so you're okay. I'm still using my PH0, so far I haven't changed the head on that. But you see, I'm not forcing it out. Now I'm just going to lift the battery up. There you go. Okay, so I'm just going to flip it. Make sure, hopefully I can catch my screws. Alright. This is my old battery. Here are my screws. So I think, let's look at a comparison. There is a slight difference between the two screws. I'm not sure why Dell decided to go, maybe they ran out of stock, it fit, I have no clue. So notice what I've done with my screws. I've separated them. This was all the back panel. This was the M is still on. It has a little hold clip, so you don't need to remove it. Don't force it out. It stayed in there. The MX28. Yeah, MX28. No. Sorry, M2X8. And these were all the batteries, and this is my loaner on the right. Okay. So I'm just going to do a quick comparison. This is the battery. Obviously, look, it's my original Dell that came with it. Model number is type Y9N00. This is obviously the original. This is the, I would say, third party that I purchased. If you notice, though, it does say on here type YN Y9N00 XPS 13Z. So if I do a quick comparison, they're identical in all forms, except that it seems like my Dell cable is a little bit more in than the one I purchased. You see? So we'll see if that causes me any issues, but I doubt it. Everything else seems to be similar. Both sides are similar. Yeah, I think we're good to go. So let's install this guy. So obviously that's how we took it out. So this is where we're going to put it back in. Never try to screw something in if it ain't sitting right in its place. So it's one of the triple quad rules. I can't tell you I don't like the way it sits compared to the original Dell. The original Dell, excuse me, kind of sits better in its casing. This one, it's more elevated, I would say, probably a little bit more thicker. Let's I'm gonna screw it in to see, and you see it's very hard to plug it in. Very difficult to plug it in. Anyways, we'll see YouTube. I'm gonna screw it back in. We'll see if I can get the connector to fit properly after everything has been screwed in its place. If not, I'm returning the battery. We'll get another one. Real life. Again, never goes like it's supposed to. So, as I was saying before, it seems like this battery maybe is a little bit thicker. It doesn't sit as well. So what I had to do is I screwed one side in, I screwed the other side in, I screwed this side in, and kind of went in random places so it all kind of settles in. When it was all done, which is now, I'm about to give it a shot. I left the special screw last. So I'm doing that right now. There you go. So now I'm just giving it, and I had to always push down on my battery to get this particular model installed. Like I said, it doesn't sit as well as the original. The rule on laptops, you never over tighten. You just you screw it to the point where you feel that it's tight. You don't want to you don't want to force it. So now it's in its place. Now about the connector. So as I said before, it seems like the connector is longer on the original Dell. You can tell already here it's going to be a cumbersome installation. So I'm going to take off my watch because I'm going to have to force it through. Just want to see if I can get it to work. And if I cannot, we're going to have to return the product. I got it in. But look, you see, I'm predicting issues with this wire in the future. It might actually snap off. But we will see. It's very tight. This one is a lot more loose. See, here is being stretched. We'll see how long this battery will last. So, battery tech, not happy. You guys should be a little bit more careful with your designs. But listen, hey, if it works, it works. We'll see. So that's it. Now the battery's installed. The cable's put in. All the screws are in its place. So we're going to pop the cover back in. Most important part of the cover, what I've noticed, are the hinge areas here. So you just kind of have to make sure you get that in first, like that. Most predominantly because of this area here. You see here the button, guys? Alright, let's go this way and this way. There you go. So I had to tilt it out and push it in. That was the way that it worked properly. So I've got my plate back in. Nothing's clipped on. I don't think anything is to clip. I'm gonna, just because I've already got my PH0 installed, I'm gonna screw in my middle screw. Again, never over tighten. You don't want to strip the screws. I'm done with this. This T5, found it. I put it back in its place. That was dumb of me. Alright, so what I like to do with these kind of small screws is just put it in by hand first, then guide the screw with the screwdriver. If I try to put it on the screwdriver, it's a problem. All right. Put it in. All the screws are in. Now we've only got one thing left, which is the back plate. So it goes in this way, and you gotta force it in, and that's it. Now let's see if it works. I don't know if the battery's charged or not, so I'm gonna give it a plug first to start. Powering up. Motherboard should detect a battery error. It doesn't. Computer's already booted. Battery seems to be working. Windows is telling me estimated time to full charge is 2 hours and 7 minutes. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna leave it plugged for 2 hours and 7 minutes, see if it's getting a full charge. Then we'll test the battery on its own. But in the meantime, the most important test that you can do on any battery is while it's being charged is the heat that it dissipates. So I'm gonna be looking to see if this particular new battery is overly heating the laptop compared to the original. The original would not get that hot. So this is at the end of the day a third-party jobber battery, right? So we want to make sure that I'm not overheating my laptop / tablet. So we'll be back in 2 hours and we'll let you know. But I can say that just as a quick test, it's off the power, the battery is running, so it works. I want to give it its full charge before using it. So again, motherboard gave no error, battery installed successfully. It came 40% charge, not unusual. A lot of batteries don't keep their charge life forever when they're on the shelf. Issue with this particular battery tech that I bought was the cable wasn't long enough, so hopefully the cable won't over time get tired and pull off or snap off. Installation was pretty straightforward, pretty simple. You needed a T5 security head screw. You needed a Phillips P0. I needed a little flathead to help nudge off the cable, and that was it. You essentially had 1, 2, 3 different types of screws, plus the one on the actual back plate. So we'll be back in 2 hours to finish this off to let you know. What's up, YouTube? We're back. All right, 59 minutes until it's fully charged. Clearly it's charging very well. We're at 67% charge. Working beautifully. This battery would only give me maybe 45 minutes to an hour. Now I should be getting 4 to 5 hours like I used to. Really excited. It's like bringing life to the laptop. Anywho, one thing just to point out, most people don't realize on laptops in your power settings and your power plans, most people have it on balanced, which is what's recommended, but really that slows down your processor, slows down your Wi-Fi, tries to send enough power distribution equally without compromising in performance. But that's not how Shoppers Therapy rolls. I say 100%, die a little bit faster battery, but give it to me raw, the way it's supposed to be. So if you set your laptop to high performance, you should get better speeds, especially on a newer battery. At least when your battery is a lot older, than putting it on either balance or power saver down here, right? Power saver will give you more lifetime out of your more runtime from your battery. But now that I got a brand new battery, I'm gonna be running this guy on high performance at all time. Anyways, by the time this battery completely dies on me, it'll be time to change this laptop. So bought the battery from Amazon. Cost me 75 Canadian. Installation, Shoppers Therapy, Zambos, triple quad. Hopefully you guys can apply some of the knowledge we gave you guys today. There's a bunch of models on Amazon. They're all ranging between 40 to 75, and some of them are like 150. I don't understand why they're trying to sell at 150. They're not any. The capacity was the same. Everything was the same. So just be careful to those extortionists. This particular one, my old one, was 47 watts per hour. The new one I bought actually is 63. So getting, should be getting better performance overall. That's pretty much it. Like I said, laptop's running beautifully. Everything is good to go. We'll post this video as is, and then maybe in a few months we'll do like a little edit or add-on to tell you how long the battery is lasting. I want to needs to do a few fully charges and so on and so forth. But the main point of the video was how to replace the battery, where I got the battery from, the model. Again, it's Y9N00 from for XPS model 13, or if you're curious to know where your actual model is, actually that's a very valid point I forgot to mention. It's under this cap. Remember how I popped this cap open before? All the information, including your service tag, express codes, everything is under here, so you can get all that info. In this case, it's model P20s, or aka XPS 13. That's it. We're good to go.
Bye bye, YouTube.
Ciao, ciao. Shoppers Therapy.
See you soon.
See you soon.